Good morning, students. Today I will explain you the Bernoulli's theorem. So the question will be that state, question number 1, that will be state, okay, state the Bernoulli's theorem, okay. Second question will be explain it mathematically or write down its mathematical statement. This will be the second question, explain it mathematically. So first comes to the first to the statement of the Bernoulli's theorem. So what does the Bernoulli's theorem states? That the theorem begins from this one, and theorem begins from this portion and ends in this portions. Okay, so what does the theory says? The theorem states that for the streamlined flow of an ideal liquid, okay, the liquid should flow in a streamlined motion, and there should be no any other type of flow of the liquid. And when the liquid is flowing, then the total energy, that is the total energy, should consist of the three parts. Okay, so the three parts are, number one is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, number one, see there is also written there, kinetic energy. Number two, potential energy, and the pressure energy. These three things are constant, that should remain constant, and the liquid should flow in a streamlined motion. So this is the Bernoulli's theorem statement. Now move over to the mathematical part of it. Okay, so first, before that, see the diagram. This is the diagram of Bernoulli's theorem. So this is a what can you say, was a pipe, but that the radius of the pipe is not of uniform. See that this one is much more bigger, but this one is very, very smaller. Okay, so the diameter of the two portion of the pipe is not uniform. So the liquid is entering from this portion, that portion, from this portion the liquid is entering, and the liquid is leaving from the portion B. Okay, it is the portion B. The liquid is moving from this portion. Now the liquid is entering with the velocity v1 and it is leaving with the velocity v2. Now can you say me that in which portion, means in portion A or in B, the fluidity or the velocity of the liquid will be higher? Now see that before discussing that see that in portion A, okay, this has more radius, but in portion B it has smaller radius. So that's why the portion which has more larger radius, the velocity in that portion will be less compared to the portion in which the radius is smaller. So in this portion the velocity is less, and in this portion velocity is more. So v1 is less than v2. Okay, so this is the diagram, and this diagram is related to the Bernoulli's theorem. So according to it, now what are the other factors that we are discussing? So this we are discussed about that velocity of the liquid within the pipe of not uniform diameter. So I have mentioned three type of energy. One energy is the pressure energy, number one. So what will be the value of the pressure energy? You will reckon it as P only. Okay, now the kinetic energy, I have already said that the velocity of the pipe in the two portion is, another one is v1, and in this one it is v1, and in this portion it is v2, and v2 is more than v1. But if we say that the difference between v2 and v1 is v, okay, so in that case we can write that total energy, okay, according to the Bernoulli's theorem, the total energy is half, okay, half rho v square. So what does it reckon? Half rho v square, it reckons as the kinetic energy. Okay, pressure energy is equal to P. I have already mentioned that. and another energy remains. That energy is the potential energy, and that is equal to rho gh. Now why does this rho is coming every time? Rho is here, rho is also here in this portion. Since if you discuss the topic density, you can see that the density of the body can be directly proportional to its mass. Okay, so that's why when any liquid or fluid moving in a streamline flow, then its total energy is constant, and that total energy is equal to you can say half rho v square plus rho gh and plus capital P. That capital P denotes the pressure energy, and that is equal to constant. Okay, so this is the mathematical statement of Bernoulli's theorem. So this is the discussion of the second topic. Now if I say that, if I asked you the third question is that how can you explain the velocity of the fluid and pressure on the basis of the Bernoulli's theorem? If I say that, how can you explain this one? Okay, now when the liquid is flowing in a horizontal direction, means like this, or you can say parallel to the ground, the fluid is flowing through a pipe, and that pipe is horizontally, okay, or you can say horizontal to the ground surface, then if the radius, okay, or if the pressure is higher in any portion, then the velocity will be higher, and if the pressure is lower, then the velocity will also be lower in that portion. So this is the mathematical statement, or this is the actual meaning of the Bernoulli's theorem. So Bernoulli's theorem actually wants to say that if any portion of the fluid of any pipe or any other conductor of the, means conductor, not, it is not conductor, it is actually the carrier of the water, if the pressure is higher, suppose in case the pressure if I say P1, and in this case if I say the pressure is P2, so you can clearly say that in which case the pressure will be more. The pressure will be more in case of P2. Okay, so if since the pressure will be more, then the velocity will also be higher. Okay, now if I say that question number fourth, okay, fourth question is that explain the Bernoulli's theorem, okay, on the basis of conservation of energy. On the basis of conservation of energy, explain the Bernoulli's theorem. So what you can say about that? You can say that actually in case of ideal fluid, you know that in case of Bernoulli's theorem or any other type of proof, we have to take the fluid to be an ideal one. Okay, without the ideal one, you cannot explain it properly. So in case of any ideal liquid, when the fluid is flowing, means ideal fluid is flowing through any pipe, then what happens? Then the total energy of that fluid remain constant. And what does the total energy constitute of? It consists of pressure, it consists of potential energy, and it consists of kinetic energy, and that sum of the three energies remain constant. Okay, so you know that is the Bernoulli's statement. So if I say that when the energy is, or when the fluid is entering from this portion, okay, then it consists of total energy, that is half rho v square plus rho gh plus p, and here also the total energy is half rho v square plus rho gh plus p. So in both the cases, the total energy which is entering into this portion and the total energy of the water or the fluid which is leaving from this portion, the two energy are constant. So that's why the Bernoulli's theorem obeys the conservation of energy, the conservation principle of the energy. So it doesn't violate that principle. Okay. So in this way we are concluding today's question and answers discussion, and today we have discussed 4 questions with related diagrams. So you will write this in your copy and show me in today's class. Thank you very much. Hope you are well and see you in the next class. Thank you very much.